here she
if
is,
that doesn't
Lucy
wake you up.
Burdge. Oh, hell yeah. Joining us on the Roman guest line, she is Lucy Burdge. So, Lucy, we were talking about this conspiracy theory involving Chris Sale. And let me tell you the range of this conversation. It involved, does Chris Sale even own a bike? How did he fall off harder than Joe Biden? Joe Biden didn't get a broken wrist. So this had, a range of options that make this a very interesting conspiracy theory. So tell us all about it.
Yes.
It. What do you think about Chris Sale? What do you think about this injury?
Yeah, so as far as we know, he's ridden a bike as many times as Seinfeld did in Seinfeld, because Seinfeld had a bike on his wall the entire series, and it bothered me so much, never rode it once. Has Chris Sale ever ridden a bike? Can he ride a bike? We've never seen him ride a bike. Did this even happen? My theory is no. I don't think Chris Sale actually fell off his bike at all. I think this wrist injury happened because it could have happened in a variety of ways, but looking at his past, did he punch something? Did he do something that the Red Sox want to cover up because it looks really bad that he did that he could have controlled? A bike accident is an accident. You can't really control that, so you can't fault the person really who fell off the bike. After all of the injuries Chris Sale has sustained, another one like this where he punches a wall and breaks his wrist out for the season would be a PR disaster. So to cover all of it up, let's say he had his outing at BC. This is what they did. They said, okay, so he had a great outing pitching at BC because there's a concert at Fenway. They made note of that. He was not pitching at Fenway because there was Elton John was there. No more concerts at Fenway would be my opinion, but that's another story. So Chris Sale had a great outing, drove home, then took his bike to go get lunch around BC, so in Brookline, which is a very busy area. There are a lot of people around. Then somehow was going down a hill, is the story, fell off his bike. Okay. Professional athlete falls off his bike. First of all, I don't know if you had this many injuries as Chris Sale did, would you get on a bike and maybe risk injuring yourself again? Shouldn't be doing that. Then no one saw this. No one saw him fall off a bike. No pictures. Nobody in Boston. If you see a professional athlete like Chris Sale, you get a picture. You're like, oh, there's Chris Sale. Put it somewhere on social media. Nobody did that. Nobody saw him fall. He was asked on Odyssey Station WEI in Boston. No, Sam Kennedy was. Sam Kennedy and Chaim Bloom, the Red Sox, come together with their cover-up story. So Chaim Bloom said he had a great outing at BC. And he would have pitched again this season. Heartbreaking. But then, so Sam Kennedy is asked a bunch of questions about this, answers all of them, because that's their story is straight. They have it all. Good. Then he's asked, so how does Chris Sale get to the hospital? Who does he call? Does he call a trainer? Does he call you? How does that happen? Sam Kennedy shuts down. I'm not answering those questions. They hadn't figured that part of the story out yet. So this seems so fishy to me that Chris Sale would just fall off a bike. And when you first see this tweet about it, I did not notice really at first that there are two separate injuries. So there's his finger, and then which was he had surgery on that, and then he falls off the bike. I did not realize there were two separate things. So he's out for the season is the news you see, and you think it's just his finger. He's rehabbing it, and it's not going as well as they'd hoped. So that's the story, as Chelsa said at the break, that's the story they should have gone with. His finger not doing as well as you'd hope, and then he has to continue rehabbing it out for the rest of the season. Then you do a double take and you're like, wait, this is a completely separate injury. This is a separate situation. Something else happened to Chris Sale. The guy can't catch a break. And then you're like, wait a minute. He didn't fall off a bike. It's very possible that he destroyed a clubhouse. He cut the sleeves off the jerseys with the White Sox. Literally anything could have set this guy off. And he punches something, breaks his wrist. Oh no, we have to cover this up. Bike accident. Oh, Chris Sale, you've never ridden a bike? That's fine. We'll put you on a bike. We'll say you've gotten an accident, and we don't know how you got to the hospital, but we don't have to answer those questions. You're out for the rest of the season. You had surgery already. He had surgery already by the time they announced this. So there's your story, and we're going to cover all this up because Chris Sale, we know, has anger issues. If you do what he did in the clubhouse, that's a fact. If there was no video of that, what he recently did in the minor league clubhouse, we would never have known about it. They would have covered it up. No video of a bike accident, no video of him punching a wall. Great, cover it up. That's what I think they did. I do not think Chris Sale fell off his bike at all.
You have convinced me. That is that's the most explanatory anyone has ever gone into when it comes to a conspiracy theory. I think you're right about this. So let me ask you what Chelsea and I were talking about at the beginning of this segment, which is obviously I know you're on the Mets train now because you need someone down the stretch.
Have to be.
But the Red Sox are your team. So when you see them struggling like they are, but then they get a series win against the Yankees, and you've done very well against the Yankees this season, like how do you reconcile that?
So I was at Fenway Saturday night to see them lose to the Yankees. That was really fun. But I got to see on the Green Monster the standings and the Red Sox in dead last. So that was also fun. I reconcile this by thinking that now they have won a series, 2 series technically because of the Orioles, against an AL East team. So that's 2 series in a row because they played 1 game against the Orioles. That was a series and they won that game. So now 2 series in a row. So are they alive again? Maybe, perhaps they can keep this ball rolling. Big thing here, Tommy Pham, who has been great for them, by the way, he got new contact lenses and I will tell you, contact lenses will change your entire life. So maybe the contact lenses will change Tommy Pham, which it already has. He's been absolutely lights out. Then that spreads to the rest of the team. So let's say, everybody gets new contact lenses, change your whole life. Tommy Pham and his new contact lenses spread to the rest of the team. Good energy. That's what how I would reconcile is because I literally have nothing else with this team to reconcile with because they are terrible. So that's how I do it. You feel kind of good. You feel like maybe the season's not so bad after a series win against the Yankees. So we'll see going forward. But so far, like, you know what? Tommy Pham, Eric Hosmer, they've injected some life into this team. That's how I reconcile this.
So you're saying good energy and Tommy Pham are going to go together in the same sentence? I ain't buying it. I don't want to back that guy. And honestly, Lucy, I feel like you just pack it in this year and say, hey, we're going to be last in the AL East. We'll try again next year. Maybe we'll win the whole thing. Because like I said, doesn't it seem like the Red Sox are either in first or last?
Yes. No, that's it. Seasons like this are a little bit exciting because you think, okay, that's priming you for a huge season next season because that's what happens with them. They have a terrible season, then they have a great season. Get 2012, then 2013. I mean, this season I would say might be worse than 2012. And then the next season, they won the World Series. So 2023 World Series, I would not count them out for that. And once those odds go up, you better believe I am getting in on those for the 2023 World Series because that is happening.
All right, Lucy. So we only have a couple of minutes left. So you're going to have to do this quick if you have some plays. But do you have any plays you like today in baseball?
Yeah, so I did go 0-5 yesterday, which was fun. I am laughing. It's been really great.
We are laughing.
We are laughing. We are laughing. I would look at Red Sox money line. And because of the momentum, look at the energy, look at the momentum. Also Astros money line, because now they are favored over the Yankees to win the American League for the first time in 111 days. That was a nice thing to wake up to this morning. So Astros money line, Red Sox money line would be my first 2 today.
Ooh, I'll look forward to that. And you can follow her on Twitter at Lucille Burdge. She does her little hot girl walk bets, which I particularly enjoy. She's a BetQL writer and host of the Back to the Futures each and every Sunday night right here on BetQL. Lucy, thanks for waking up with us.
Thank you so much. Hashtag Texas A&M forever.
Oh hell yes. Poke the bear.
Sliding that in at the end. Yeah.